Hey there. Today I'm attempting the impossible, creating a full Thanksgiving dinner for under $10 at Dollar Tree. And yes, I did buy everything at Dollar Tree. Can it be done? Let's find out. All right, first things first. Let's go over my grocery haul. Here's what I scored. Instant mashed potatoes, canned green beans, stuffing mix, cranberry sauce, gravy packets, and yes, a turkey substitute. Okay, it's turkey slices, but it counts. Now, depending on where you live, your Dollar Tree might not carry all of these items. In fact, some of these items might not even be at your local store year-round. But if you are lucky enough to have them, then consider yourself lucky because I think this meal turned out great, and it was super easy to make. So let's get to it. Okay, so if you're looking to cut costs this Thanksgiving, you can definitely do it without sacrificing flavor or ease. And no, that does not mean serving up a dry turkey or serving a veggie burger as an entree. There are plenty of ways to keep costs down without compromising on taste. And as you will see in today's video, one of those ways is by hitting up your local Dollar Tree. I know what you might be thinking. Dollar Tree, isn't that the store where you find everything for $1.25? Well, yes, that's true. And I'm going to tell you right now that every single item that I picked up cost $1.25 each. That means that my entire Thanksgiving dinner cost just $9.37. And I'll show you exactly how I made that work in just a second. First, let's talk about this meal. If you are hesitant about the idea of buying prepackaged side dishes and calling it a day, then I understand. After all, who wants to serve up something that looks like it came from a gas station? Well, trust me when I say that this meal doesn't look like it came from a gas station. In fact, it looks better than some meals I've had at restaurants. I mean, sure, it's not going to look like something your grandmother would make, but I promise it's going to look presentable. And most importantly, it's going to taste delicious. I started off by making the stuffing. You don't need any special skills to make stuffing. You just need to follow the instructions on the box and wait for it to bake. While the stuffing was baking, I whipped up the mashed potatoes. Making mashed potatoes is also just as easy as following a box. You don't need to peel or cut any potatoes. All you have to do is stick them in the microwave and wait. While the mashed potatoes were in the microwave, I put the green beans in a pot and brought them to a boil. Then I stirred in the gravy and waited for the gravy to thicken. Once everything was ready, I plated the meal, and it looked amazing. Check this out. We've got turkey slices with gravy, classic stuffing, cranberry sauce, green beans, and mashed potatoes, all for just $10. Okay, so maybe you're not convinced yet. Maybe you're thinking that this meal looks good on camera, but in real life, it's gonna look like a disaster. Well, let me convince you. Take a look at this. This is what the meal looked like before I filmed the video. It was plated in my everyday dishes, and it was left out on the counter for almost 30 minutes. And you know what? It still looks good. I mean, sure, the gravy did cool down and the mashed potatoes got hard, but that's what happens when you let food sit out. But even in its semi-cooled state, it still looked like $1 million. And you know what else? It tasted like $1 million too. Now, I'm not saying that this meal is going to blow your mind. I'm not saying that you're going to forget what a real Thanksgiving dinner tastes like. But I am saying that this meal is worthy of being called Thanksgiving dinner. I mean, we've got all the staples: savory and seasoned turkey, creamy mashed potatoes, rich and delicious gravy, perfectly cooked stuffing, sweet cranberry sauce, and tender green beans. What more could you ask for? The only thing that could make this meal better is if you added some more vegetables to the mix. And guess what? It's super easy to do. Just add a bag of frozen mixed vegetables to the green beans while they're boiling, and you've got yourself a veggie-packed Thanksgiving dinner. Now I know what you're thinking. What about dessert? Can you get a pie at Dollar Tree for under $10? Well, yes. Yes, you can. My local Dollar Tree actually had 2 different kinds of pies for $1.25 each. They had apple pie and pumpkin pie. So after picking up one of those pies, it would bring my total to $11.55. So technically, I wouldn't be under $10 anymore. But hey, I think that's a small price to pay for a homemade pie, especially if you don't have to make it yourself. If you want to save even more money, you could pick up some of those little snack cakes that are shaped like pie. Those things are delicious and they cost just $1.25 each, so you could pick up one of those little snack cakes and call it a day. Now, I know that not everyone is a fan of the idea of celebrating Thanksgiving with a meal that comes mostly or entirely from a grocery store. And I get that. I'm a big fan of homemade food and I love spending time in the kitchen. But sometimes life gets in the way. Sometimes you've got a lot on your plate and sometimes you just need a shortcut. And that's where meals like this come in handy. This meal is perfect for people who are short on time or short on cash. It's also perfect for people who don't have the right equipment to cook a full Thanksgiving dinner. Trust me when I say that this meal is cozy, comforting, and full of holiday spirit. Okay, so here's the bottom line. Can you have a Thanksgiving dinner for $10 from Dollar Tree? Absolutely. It may not be fancy, but it's affordable, filling, and full of holiday spirit. Well, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned something new. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.